Good morning, everybody. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, you know this does not work without you guys. You know me. It's back to the grind. Got to take care of business. You know, it's funny. I come up with new things, and everybody always wants to take it to a different level. I like what you do, but I want you to do it a little different. So I do the best that I can to get everybody happy. So that's what I'm doing. Making a smaller version of the Jobari. So this is actually the prototype of it. So I have to basically make a pattern and make sure that it all matches up, because I actually have to cut two pieces of wood identical, and then I have to route the edges and stuff, and you have to have the template to be right, or else you don't get the line. See how that lines up on there? Perfect. Look at that. Boom. So I've got my template made, and it's funny. Sometimes you start working and you start cutting things and you make a mistake. So this was the first one I was making for a template, and I went a little bit too far on the inside. But now I redid it, and now I've got the one. So now all I have to do is copy this two pieces and then I can go ahead and make that out of it. This is actually kind of cool. It's like a little Nerf ball, okay? All right, so got that part done. Now I've got to make the base for it. Anyway, I'm just getting back, of course, into the swing of everything. I've got a lot of stuff that's in the works. I got a headphone rack over here. I got a couple of other racks that are being done. Got to get these trophies and stuff painted and things for the giveaways and stuff. And of course, I got to come up with a new one. And I got to do laces over here. So I'm always busy up in the shop. And I've got actually to take a contractor's course. I got to do an 8-hour online course and getting ready to take my contractor's license test over. So it's going to be a busy, busy day. But that's the way my life always is busy. So as I was reading comments this morning, you know, people keep asking me what's going on with KJ Wright. I wish I could tell you what's going on with KJ Wright. I heard somebody mention this morning that Kansas City Chiefs are interested in are interested in KJ Wright because they lost Damian Wilson to the Jags, another former Cowboy linebacker, which in a way kind of makes sense because it seems like Cowboy linebackers end up doing well with Kansas City. So you can make that correlation that the Cowboys never have much luck getting guys from Seattle, and linebackers seem to be taken away from them and made out. So I was looking for it, and I was trying to find some information on that, if it was actually the Kansas City Chiefs were talking to him or whatever. It was actually a fan side report saying that KJ Wright makes sense for Kansas City because they lost, of course, Damian Wilson to the Jags, which, I mean, that you could go ahead and make that correlation. But the thing is, it's funny because the way rumors go or the way stories get built up are you hear something and it evolves. And as one person will tell it to another person, it changes. It's like, do this experiment. If you can get a row of people, well, yeah, actually with COVID, it's probably not a good time to do it. But if you whisper in the ear to one person a story, you could say, it's going to rain on Thursday, and it has it go past 20 people. By the time it goes all the way around, there's going to be mass tornadoes and hurricanes that are going to wipe out civilization, because it changes and evolves because it gets lost in the translation. So as far as that goes, it may be that Kansas City is interested in it, but it's not coming from Kansas City. It all deems from one article where a guy said, getting this guy would make sense for Kansas City. So be careful of the things that you hear. Now, one thing that we've definitely heard and makes sense too. And we don't know if this came from the Atlanta Falcons directly or not, but allegedly, the Atlanta Falcons have been getting a lot of calls for the number 4 pick. Again, this goes back to teams that are quarterback needy looking at this and saying, oh, well, damn, we know that the Jags want a quarterback, so they're going to be taking a quarterback. We know that, right? And then you have to think, okay, the Jets got rid of Sam Darnold. They're going to be taking a quarterback. And now you know that the 49ers traded up to get the number 3 pick. You don't trade up to say, I'm going to take an offensive tackle. You're going to take a quarterback. So you know 3 of the top 5 quarterbacks are pretty much spoken for. And if you are a team that says, we have to get a quarterback, you got to move up, which is great for the Cowboys because, again, you want to have 5 or 6 quarterbacks taken so you can have the pick of the guy that you want that's not a quarterback. So they've supposedly fielded a lot of calls about trade opportunities. Now, what this could be, and here's the thing, this could be put out by the team because they're trying to gin up more hype and a better deal. Remember when we heard that the Eagles were fielding a lot of calls about Carson Wentz? That there was a mystery team out there that was trying to, get in on the Carson Wentz action, and it ended up coming down to it was only 2 teams. Only 2 teams. The Bears said, "Nah, we're not paying that much for him. We'd like him to go here, but we're not going to pay that much for him." And Indianapolis, who ended up basically a potted meat sandwich with cheese and mustard on it for Carson Wentz, a low risk move for him. So from the standpoint of, is it believable that they're getting calls? I'm sure that they're getting calls because people will call just to find out. What would it take? Are you interested? I'm sure the Cowboys will get calls right now for the number 10 pick, especially now that Sam Darnold, because here's the thing, Sam Darnold being traded now opens up the floodgates. Because if you want that quarterback, you got to make a move. And you're going to have to get up there really high, probably in the top 5 or 6. So yeah, Atlanta, they're going to get paid. Now on the flip side of this, the interesting part of this whole thing is when you think about teams that have traded up for a quarterback. I'm talking about way up, okay? Now, we looked at Lamar Jackson trade. The Eagles always seem to be on the wrong side of these trades. They traded up to get Lamar Jackson late in the first round with the Eagles, which ended up being great for Baltimore. But this wasn't the mega deal reach into the top 5. And I'm trying to think of a situation in recent history where a team has traded up into the top 10 for a quarterback, and that guy ended up being really good. As I think about it, I don't see it. I mean, they traded up for Sam Darnold. That didn't work out very good. I think Deshaun Watson was traded up for. That might be the one, but the jury's still out on that one because of all the allegations that are going on. Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold. These are some of the RG3. Recent history, you haven't gotten a return on trading up for that guy. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, I got a class I got to take here in about a half hour. So I'm going to be busy. But look, actually, I like that. That's pretty cool. Look at that. It actually spins like a regular football. Now, you don't want to throw this to somebody and have them catch it because this definitely would break some hands. Now, let me show you the size difference. Boom. Look at that. Boom. Got the big one and the small one. Bam. All right. The work never ends. I'm Mark Holmes, and I will see you later.